beauty of Hyrox is we always say about how it's like for everyone. We've got like so many people in here that would never have done this before now signing up because off the back of maybe their pals doing it or one client doing it. It only takes one client to totally change the game.
At first, me and my husband signed it and I thought it was hilarious, but it's actually really enjoyable.
After we did Glasgow and my husband did that as well, he was like, right, I'm going to do Paris. There was a couple other ones from the gym started to book up, and so I said to one of the girls, Samantha, comes here as well, if she fancied doing the doubles while we were there, me as well.
But it just kind of came about from what I noticed in the gym. Obviously with speaking to Stephen and another few folk throughout the gym booking up.
Hyrox, I just got really caught up in the hype of it all. Everybody in the gym was talking about going. They'd all booked Glasgow, and then I last minute got a chance to join one of the relay teams in the gym. So I was part of the relay team. I went and I absolutely loved it. Hardest thing I've ever done, but the kind of achievement that you feel at the end of it just made it kind of worth it. And then when Paris came up, I managed to convince my friend Tina and sign up with me for the doubles.
So we weren't applying for Paris, we were going somewhere else, but Stephen talked us into Paris. That's how we're doing Paris. And because everybody else is going, but it will be a good laugh because there's more of us going and it's more of the team going, and so I
decided to do Paris because I done Glasgow back in March, and I just enjoyed it so much, enjoyed the training. And I like to give myself a target, so signing up for something else gives me something to train towards. And that's what I enjoy most, enjoy the training in between. And also like to go and improve my time for the last one.
the atmosphere, the feeling you get after it is quite euphoric. It's like, wow, I've just completed something. So it is a good boost, to be perfectly honest with you.
I think I do Hyrox because I like giving myself some challenges, and I find Hyrox challenging on two ways. Obviously, it's a gym aspect and the running aspect as well.
I feel for me personally, everybody constantly goes on about the prep and how you should get prepped for the race. Nobody actually tells you how to deal with it after, because it's pretty intense, I would say. It's just the feeling you get after it, the rush, the adrenaline, and you just want more all the time.
It's one of the things where it's so addictive, and as a team, we're just like, as a community, we're all just like kind of signing up to help each other on it. It's honestly, it's amazing to be a part of.
I'm Natalie Cassells. I'm co-owner of Cassells Fitness. I am a wife, I am a mum and a business owner, and I'm going to be doing Hyrox again in Paris with my partner Nicole McIntosh. First time I did Hyrox, I was about 20 weeks pregnant. The second time I did Hyrox, I was about 32 weeks pregnant. So this is my first Hyrox, not being pregnant. I am looking forward to getting stuck into training, but at the moment we're just kind of balancing feeding, home routines, business, and also trying to squeeze in my training around Stephen's training, which is obviously very, very intense.
So I'm Stephen Cassells. I am the co-owner of Cassells Fitness. I'm a dad of 3 and a husband. New to the Hyrox scene. I've been doing Hyrox now for 10 months, I want to say. The plan was never to really get involved in Hyrox, if I'm honest with you. I used to do like a lot of powerlifting, bodybuilding, etc. But with the gym that we run, it's more suited to functional fitness because we feel that gives the biggest bang for the buck. So Cassells Fitness as a whole has came from a one-to-one PT business to now something that's just a family. And it's a family that we're now taking forward into the Hyrox world. One element that we kind of really focus on is my training. So my training right now, because we're leading into Paris and what I want to achieve in the sport, training is such a massive thing just now. So my sessions can last like between 2 and 3 hours. So for the everyday dad and stuff like that, it's really hard and difficult to find that time. However, we value it so much that we make the time.
So our day looks like...
The minute I wake up, I'm usually in here at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And that allows me to kind of get the kids up, get ready and get them to where they need to be.
The sessions will differ from running sessions, Hyrox based sessions and strength sessions, normally lasting 2 hours.
Nursery drop off, our family kind of helps us and supports us to watch the children during the day, and then I get stuck into some work around Callan's routine. So we're breastfeeding, we're changing mums, we're doing naps, nappy changes, all of that in between meetings, and kind of collaborating on launching new things for the business.
I'll then go home, I'll spend time with the kids, and if I'm not working, I'll spend time with the kids, help Natalie with the kids, we'll get my nutrition on point.
And then at the end of the day, Stephen goes back out to train, or he's working in the gym, and I do nursery pickups and get everyone to where they need to be, if it's activities or any appointments, and then dinner, get the kids to bed, and then usually that's when I either go out for a run or get to my training, and kind of wind down for the night, and then rinse and repeat the next day.
So quite full on, quite busy.
We're quite lucky, we work for ourselves, so we can really make our routine work for us, but it's madness. It's absolutely a mad life that we live, but we absolutely love it. It's exactly where we want to be.
So my first ever Hyrox was Manchester, and it didn't go the way I planned. Like, I went in with full intentions that I was going to podium, I was going to take over the sport, it was going to be an absolute breeze, and it went in probably one of the worst ways that it could have went in, where I was doing the sled pull and apparently just collapsed. Ended up in the hospital having fits, and they thought it was along the lines of like the same symptoms as like a stroke slash heart attack that I was having. Apparently what had happened was there was too much troponin released in my blood, if you want to get science about it. So that was kind of like the point where the confidence kind of completely went away. I've never been humbled like that in my life. The confidence was completely shot. But yeah, that started the kind of journey. So 2 weeks after that we had Vienna. So it was almost like, can I make or break? You either do Vienna and jump back on the horse, or you lick your wounds and just basically say Hyrox isn't for you because it chewed you up and spat you out. Luckily, I'm very stubborn in a way where I wasn't wanting to let it beat me. So we went to Vienna. Again, luckily, Manchester has came about again. And I've always said that if Manchester ever came up again, I wouldn't care what race is run about it. We would always do Manchester because I've got unfinished business down there. And it's not classed a major in Hyrox this year or anything like that, but for me it's a major. For me, Hyrox Manchester this year is like almost like the World Championships, because having not completed it before and being in the hospital and the kind of trouble that caused and stuff, and being humbled and losing all my confidence and stuff like that, like Manchester's like the big one for me that I'm going to go back down and I'm going to show that I can do it. So it's almost like that full circle where redemption will be had in Manchester.
Well, Cassells Fitness helped massively, not just with myself, but everybody involved in the gym. The coaches are very hands-on, they've all experienced Hyrox as well, so the closer we get to every race, they make sure that our programmes are tailored around that, so it's been a massive help.
Second to none. The setup and the format is, I don't think, I've never trained anywhere like it. The way it's set up and designed to help you push yourself session after session is one of the best about, and I think everybody else in the gym would speak on that as well.
You train in here and Stephen just trained you that hard to say that Hyrox will be easy for you. So when we actually, I'm not saying Hyrox is easy because it's not, but you're totally prepared for it. And it's just the adrenaline gets you right through it. But before it was scared obviously, but after it it's like a release, but a good happy release kind of.
Definitely the setup was brilliant. Like, I can feel it myself. I can feel myself getting fitter and stronger. And just outside, I just try and add in some extra running and stuff like that. It's just it's hard to balance it out with time, with work life, family life. So I just try the best I can to try and manage it all in. But hopefully we get there.
Bonne chance et bon courage à tout le monde qui va participer à Hyrox Paris. Je suis sûre que tout le monde va tout défoncer.
So as everybody travels out to Paris, one of the most exciting things is that each individual has their own goals, from completing their very first Hyrox, that maybe something they've never done before, a brand new challenge, all the way to, you know, beating their own time or potentially aiming for a podium. But what's really special about it is that all we want to do is make sure that everybody gets the enjoyment and the love out of it, especially when they cross that line and they feel so loved and supported. I think it's really important as a team that we recognise everyone's goals and that they're recognised for achieving their goals. But I think overall, we just want everyone just to have fun.
So walking along Paris, the streets of Paris with the family, it was like, again, it was something special where it almost gives you that sense of gratitude, because we obviously want to travel as much as we can, and I feel like a lot of people want to travel, but like I think walking through the streets of Paris and just seeing like a different culture and being in a different environment, and actually allowing our kids to be a part of that as well, like something that maybe some people maybe take for granted or maybe don't have that opportunity. It was something special in that aspect as well, where the kids were a part of it. Like some people say that maybe kids are a distraction or maybe almost like a hindrance to racing and stuff like that, but we see Hyrox as this like an amazing opportunity to visit cities that we've never visited or want to visit, and never really had a specific reason to do so. But yeah, like being able to visit Paris with the family and then you know, having that experience with them, walking through and seeing different culture. Walking up to a venue in a race on your own or with just me and Natalie is something special, because you know you're in for like a thrill and you know you're going to enjoy something. But having the kids there as well, just like, I don't know, it just felt even more special, because it's like, we talk about family all the time, we are a family unit, and having them there is just, yeah, it made it even more special as a family to be able to do that together and let them experience it as well. It was truly remarkable. And it was just made even more special the fact that the Cassells fitness crew got to go as well, and like even just seeing them helping out with the kids and being part of that as well, and all going for dinner and talking about maybe different places we've seen and stuff like that, it just made Paris all that more special. And I think for me as well, it just kind of cemented, we're always big in Cassells Fitness about how we create this amazing family and amazing community that welcomes all. And I think for me that just almost cemented it. Like I never thought we would ever go on like a holiday with clients, and we did, and it just makes the whole experience like a lot more family that we always talk about. We always say it's like the family we never had, the family we never knew we needed. And by that trip alone, just absolutely stand by that. And everybody in Paris just absolutely excelled as well. All the ones that went over just like totally pushed each other on. Like sometimes we don't get the chance to maybe see every client racing, because we've got our own races to worry about and think about as well. But what's very special and what's nice about it is when we do have that group environment, there is always someone who will be there cheering on the background. Paris is my first race of the season, and I went into this race with a completely different mindset that I've never went in before, where I was more confident than anything else. Like I was going into this race going, you're going to qualify for World Championships, it's your first race of the season, you're going to do it, you're going to tick the boxes off. So I've set out like goals for the season. One of them was to qualify for the World Championships at the earliest possible time, which for me was Paris. And the second one, well, one of them was podium at a race. And I just had this feeling, and I just remember visualising the full race on the flight over to Paris, how everything would feel, how everything would look, how the race course would even look, and then just the feeling of standing in the podium with all the Cassells crew that we took over. We took a lot of the clients over with us and the family, and I just had this visualisation constant in my head that I was going to be standing up on the podium. We took obviously Daniel to record it as well, and I don't know if that added a little bit more like kind of pressure to it, where I had to deliver. originally just bought them off colour and look. We didn't really think too much into it, but recently we've been doing lots. So these ones are carbon plated. So carbon plate gives you a wee bit more of a spring. Pardon. They're apparently make you quicker. So that's how we picked the ones.
I did the Rikiera. I bought my trainers and they didn't arrive until the day before we flew. So I've not even taken the tag off them yet.
Oh, so it's like new.
Yeah. They ones arrived like yes. Thursday?
Yeah.
Your ones? But ones I've had for a while. So I've been trading in and stuff like that, but
Can we break them in?
yeah. All
Dude,
the
it's literally the first thing people say is don't wear your new shoes. So the first time when you do it. That's
I
right, I'm good.
well I just picked. This key are we push?
You're the tiniest man you've ever seen.
This key are we done? To do carbonara.
Yeah, so what's this?
Can I have 2 carbonara to
Okay, we do your vegetarian carbonara, you see? Is it not with the meat or the cruciate zucchini? I don't know.
yeah, he passed that, yeah. So with the Paris race, I was put in a position that I've never really experienced before in a racing environment in previous races with Hyrox. I went into it fully confident and my confidence kind of went a little bit when I turned around and seen one of the Elite 15 was in my heat.
3, 2, 1.
Which I've never experienced before. So right away, my mindset started turning, but I was trying to fight against that. So I still knew I would be in a good position for a really good time and, you know, World Championship qualification and stuff. But I think I then get drawn into his race, if you like. So people say this all the time about getting drawn into other people's races, and I definitely did that time where I seen him right away. I was like, right, well that's me. I'm not going to win it for a start. Whereas normally I go into a race thinking, you know, believe your chances and stuff. I went into that race going, nah, that's it. Like, this is going to be a really difficult race. It's going to be hard right from the start. And yeah, as much as it was a hard race, like he came out so hot that it was just so unobtainable. And I think even at the first run, it kind of played with your head a little bit, where it was like you're not on that level yet, and you're putting all this hard work in. You're not on that level. You're not where you want to be. But try to switch off from that, and then just go right. Well, let him do what he's got to do, and you just run your own race. And yeah, it's definitely something that mentally I've been working on improving. Going forward into different races, not to focus on who maybe is in my heat or like compare myself to others in social media and stuff like that, because I just need to remember that, you know, if I put in the work and run my own race and do what I know I'm capable of doing, then I can achieve the things that I want to achieve, not achieve what they're wanting to achieve. So it's very, you need to remember it's very individualised, so it's something that I'm definitely working on moving forward into other races. So the end of the night was a very surreal moment where I had finished my race, and I must admit I was absolutely done. Like, energy was absolutely spent. I gave the race my complete all. I totally emptied the tank, and I went, like, we had this like very surreal and strange moment where I had finished my race. I knew I had a really good time, like a 106, and we were looking at the times on the board that were coming in. There was obviously other waves behind me, and we were looking at waves coming in, and it was that understanding that I had the chance of podium. So I was in 3rd place for my age group, and but there was still, I want to say, 2 to 3 waves still to go, so somebody could still knock me off the podium spot, and we went to get a flag. So it was a very strange moment where time almost stood still, to the point where we had up until, I want to say, like 9 o'clock, 9:15, somebody had worked out that if, as long as I stayed in that position by 9:15, I would be good for podium. Yeah, it was a really like surreal moment where just that like kind of pressure, it was almost as if something had just like released, where I had this vision built up that we were going to go for a flag and we were going to try and get a podium, and the realisation standing there like looking at it going, we've got until 9:15 and this could actually happen, and that like built up anxiety and stress and excitement, to then all of a sudden like you know, Natalie saying, confirming it, you've done it. And we ran back up, got to the venue, and then just having that moment where
we have Stephen Cassells from Great Britain. Congratulations. In second place, we have Kevin.
getting called up, Harper, and then the kids hearing my name and stuff like that, getting called up to the podium, and just something special about holding that flag and then just looking down at like Harper's face and giving her the flag. And yeah, it was really, really special. To be fair, it was like a mixed bag of emotions with like the stress and stuff like that, waiting to hear the final results, to then just pure elation. It was amazing.
We've got family at home, and Stephen's parents and his sister and brother-in-law. So we obviously wanted to let them know the good news, and sharing that news with them and seeing the joy and how proud they were of Stephen. It's just, words can't explain how amazing it is to be able to share that news with family, that, you know, Stephen has been putting so much effort into this goal and this dream of his, and the first kind of step is his first step towards his goal is being ticked off, and he's achieved that. Yeah, it's incredible to be able to do that with him and to share that with his family, and then to have the kids there as well. Like Harper, she really understands the situation and the environment. I think she also reads people's energy really, really well. So she knows that her dad is happy and proud and excited, and she can feel that energy, and so that rubs off on her, even if it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night when she's usually sleeping. She was buzzing, and then when Stephen stepped up onto the podium, and I could just see how proud he was of himself, words can't describe it, that situation. I think, you know, and long may there be more of them, and more goals ticked off along the way, because it's an incredible journey to be a part of, and yeah, we're just some team. It was a great experience.